Okay, so hello, Vincent. I decided to record my comments because I find it easier to do it this way rather than to write down my comments or to meet you online um, and then discuss it online simultaneously. Um, so what I'm showing here now is a revised version of the site development plan that you made, although I have not yet finished, but I will explain what I did. Okay. So probably I will zoom in first to the the part of the skeletalier and the parking area around it. Okay. I noticed that your parking slots in your version is very small, so I have to change it to follow standards, and I mean international standards. So in this setup, the road in between two parking slots is like 7.2 meters, and then the uh, width, the length of each slot is like 5.4 meters, and then the width is 2.5, I think. Anyway, so with that, um, with those measurements, I'm able to come up with this. So I added a street here so that you can circulate around if you're looking for a parking space. Okay. And then I had to add a buffer from the main road or the main circulation road going towards the parking area. And then, of course, I also added these islands here so that you can turn without problems. Then I also placed these two islands here. So to delineate the portion of the skeletal year, I am proposing that the skeletal year will be fenced off here. Okay, so there's a gate here. Okay, and then um, there should also be a gate somewhere here. I think Father Sapo mentioned to me that he he plans to have the gate here also, and I think that this is also useful because if there is an event where this area has to be closed off, so it can be closed off here, and then the visitors of Skeletal Year can use this gate. Otherwise, on Sundays, for example, where there might be a lot of people, so this part can be opened, and then this can be used for the uh, churchgoers. Okay. Um, I'm not sure how that if this area is supposed to be fenced off. I'm not sure how it's going to end here because I don't think that the layout of the SBI is correct. I think you have to verify this. Um, this is also important that there's a fence here, even if it's just a chain link fence or a cyclone wire fence, because um, there will be people using the facility here. No? We have the painting workshop and also the lecture. So you cannot have people looking into the rooms from outside. Okay, so that's why I think that it is necessary to put the fence. Here, you'll be wondering, okay, so there's just a little space available. You'll be wondering about the sidewalk, okay? Uh, in principle, this part is the boundary, and then the right of way starts from here going outside. So I have not changed this, but in principle, the sidewalk outside the church should be part of the road right of way. So it does not have to be inside the property, at least for this part here. and it's true even for this one here. Therefore, this is wrong. Um, so this should be, for example, like this, because the sidewalk right in front of the church, which is already public property, should belong to the public property. Should belong to the road right of way. So there should be a sidewalk here, all the way. Okay. So in this Cristo del Rey statue, Father Sacco again wanted um, to make the island smaller, okay, to fit in only the statue. And I think it is also best if the traffic is two-way on both sides, so that we are more flexible. Because if we make design it to be one way, and then everyone decides that okay, it should be two-way, so it will be more difficult to widen the streets. Okay, and for me, I think also that it should be two-way because all the other streets are two-way. Okay, so it will create um, uh, a lot of confusion if it's one way only. Um, I have not changed this one, but I expect that Father Sacco wanted this to be bigger because the idea was to transfer the structure here, the temporary church, to this one. Okay, so even if it will become a bit smaller, but then this is just too small. Uh, in fact, it should be uh, bigger than the existing bodega because I think there are many things that should be done here, should be kept here. You don't really need so many um, parking spaces, and I think these are the parking spaces which are substandard. Okay. And then going back here, so this should be delineated as a pedestrian lane only, a pedestrian walkway. I remove all the arrows because you don't really need the arrows unless there are strictly one-way roads, in which case you can just put the marking on the road that this is one way. Um, Otherwise, putting the arrow will make the drawing more confusing. There are just too many lines. And then, so there's supposed to be covered, no, paved walkway made of coral stone that ends somewhere here. And then my plan is to make it go straight all the way to this one. And then there will still be a gate here. Okay. That's access to the people from the Pantalan. Um, how this will be treated, this pedestrian walkway will be dif- can be different from here because I'm proposing that the road here can still be made of coral stone, or at least to make it look like coral stone. But here, I don't think we can do that anymore. This can be any material. So I changed this layout. I placed a basketball court because the SVI will need that facility here. Okay, and then also the parish has a lot of activities which will require an open space. The open space right now is actually really very helpful, and based on what my conversations with Father Sacco, um, he finds it important. That's why he actually encouraged the use of this space, no? Because they have a lot of programs where he encourages the youth to go out of their houses, no? And to engage with uh, with other youth. So I think this is very important. As for the design here, there's a door here and a door. So we'll have to make this pathway. This here can be made of grass so that people are away from the walls, and then we can probably put a few plants here but no trees near the structure. Okay, this also helps advertise the structure, no? So that you can look at the structure from afar, and or if you are from afar, so there are, you can see more. You're not covered with so many trees. Now this part here can be paved different from the walkway here. Okay, because here is where you'll have the grotto. I think this is where the grotto was originally placed. So this, therefore, this area here can be used for activities, probably involving the devotion to the Our Lady of Fatima in the grotto here. Now here you have the. I think they're going to return the cross. So we'll just make a pathway from the sacristy going connecting to the sidewalk, and then there's also a walkway connecting to the cross for some devotions. But then I suggest that all around will be made of grass. And also here, there's a grass here. And I actually want to suggest that there should also be a fence here and a gate. So delineating the church area from the parish and SBI. Now the SBI is really like a project of the parish under the supervision of the parish. So I think it's all right that they shared one area here. Um, but then the SBI should be separated from the church, and so that there should be that delineation here. Now this one is actually the cell site, but I heard that the rent will expire soon, so you might as well ask Father Sacco what the plans are for this portion here. Um, so I made the road 6 meter wide with 1 meter um, sidewalks on both sides. So this is the convento, the convent as of now. Um, and here I removed the shrine because there was a plan, and I think they're going to push through with it, to put the shrine inside the museum in the ground floor. Okay, so the plan was actually to transfer the tableau that was done by the graduates of Escuela Taller to the ground floor, and then so that's where they will now go, no, for devotion. So this serves as the shrine. In fact, if this will not push through, maybe it's because they also decided to just use the main retablo inside the church for that purpose. Um, so therefore, this will become like garden only. Um, there was a plan to put a coffee shop here, but that plan was made with the assumption that Jerry Alcazar will spend money for the landscaping, and so he can probably operate a coffee shop somewhere here. But the last I heard is that Jerry Alcazar backed out. So I don't know if Father Sacco is planning to push through with that plan. In which case, if this, um, to tell you the truth, I'm really against the idea of making the window into a door because it's really not the intended use, okay, the original use. But if you're going to make that into a door and then put um, the stairs here, so you might as well um, do something here. You don't expect them to jump off and then to to walk along the grass. So, but I don't know what to do here. So yeah, so I transferred all um, the parking spaces this side, because here you have a door in the middle and then you also have a door here. Based on our plan, this door connects to the assembly area, the meeting area, and then this is the main uh, um, access. So therefore, there should be a walkway going there. Um, okay, mali. Okay. Um, so therefore, this can be landscaping, and then I remove all the trees because so that you can actually look at the building without the trees covering the building. Okay, you can put more trees on the other side if you want, or you can just put some plants which are smaller, some landscaping. And so, although this is arcaded, but there's not enough space really to walk around. Therefore, I provided a walkway that goes all around except for this part, because I don't see why people would go to this part here. So if it rains, so they can go inside and then just walk along the arcade. But then if not, then they walk around. So I remove all of the planting. This should just be landscape areas. It's okay to have trees, but again, I would rather have people see or look at uh, the convent, no, without obstruction. So this serves as a buffer road, a buffer area, because this will be a very busy road. By the way, I think this is wrong. This is too big. And currently there is um, storage, um, the storage building of the National Museum here. Okay, so when we remove that, so there's supposed to be a fence separating the temporary church is right over here. Then there's supposed to be a fence separating that from the National Museum storage building. So we can remove that fence, but then there's that road actually that leads to the gate. Your gate was located here earlier, so I have to transfer it where it. So this is the existing gate. Okay, I think this is supposed to connect to another road here. This is right in front of that another road across. Okay, so we maintain that. Okay, so this portion here along the road should be a buffer zone. So there should be vegetations, and I think that there is the existing is that there's also landscape here, so we can maintain the existing. So it does not have to be connected to the street, no, the plaza. It should be a bit away from the street. And I think there's supposed to be stairs. I don't know if this stairs is accurate, connecting to the plaza. So I remove all the trees or the plants that we put in the plaza. This should be an open space because there are a lot of activities that will be done by the church requiring a lot of open space. This here can have a different treatment compared to this one, just to delineate. But this can be an extension of this one here. In fact, they can put a temporary structure probably here, like a tent, so that people they can use this as a stage. Um, I don't know. Um, Other than that, I think uh, that's it. No, so I was not able to finish really all of this, uh, but I will send you the file, this file, so that you can work on completing it. So I'm a bit busy doing something else. That's why I cannot complete. And I also need to verify some some of the measurements, like for example, is this is correct, or um, is this really angled, or not? And then where is the road here really, and where is the stairs here really? I guess that's it. Uh, I don't know how you're going to print this so that uh, you can control the line weight. So I did not bother to use any standard, so I just use the colors that you use also. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. I hope you find uh, my comments useful. Okay.